So I think we can start. We'll ask Basia to first to speak.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I would like to present you Rob Patrick from Lignincha International. Many of you know him for sure. He's a very nice, extremely devoted, and a hard-working person. The cooperation with him is always very kind and going smoothly. His presence in Lignincha allows our dear Rinpoche to focus more on teachings, not to be so much distracted by other organizational aspect of the worldwide Sangha. Rob is a great friend, a great practitioner, and a great manifester of many projects, so please welcome him. Thank you.
Basia, thank you so much for the kind introduction. It's nice to see you again, like actually even just on Zoom. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be in this retreat. I've not been able to see it all, but I've really enjoyed some of the practice sessions. And it's great to be here with you. I apologize about the dogs. The mailman came, they're very excited. And I wanted first, to thank Rinpoche for taking the time to guide us in our practice retreat. And I also am so excited. I think that this is actually the first practice retreat that Rinpoche has led during the period of Zoom, as opposed to being focused on providing the teachings, but really guiding us through the practices to bring us back to these amazing visualizations, the generation of the inner heat with the Tumo. And I think it's wonderful that that the Polish Sangha, that the leadership in Poland had this creative idea of doing something a little bit different than we usually do on Zoom. And so it's really exciting. And this session is the first one where I got to see your video. And when I opened up and it said it's recording and I got it and I got it, and there's this loud rock and roll blaring in the background, and which is so different than what we usually do. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And then I immediately thought, this is so perfect for the Polish Lignincha community. You guys have such a rock and roll kind of a spirit. I got to come to retreat with Rinpoche in Poland, in Wilga. I think it was 2016, it might have been 2017. And your Sangha sharing was the longest running Sangha sharing I've ever seen. And it was definitely the loudest, and it was full of just beautiful music, lots of rock and roll, and a lot of fun. And so I really felt that song really encapsulated some of the energy. And I hope that everybody is back at the center again soon. So thank you so much to all of you, to Basia, to Jacek, to all of those who are providing the teachings, sharing and working together. It is equally wonderful for me to get to work with you and with Jacek to see what's going on, and you're so active as a community. I don't want to take very much time, but there are a number of projects that we're working on internationally, things I just want to make sure that everyone is aware of and knows that they can go find more information on the website, on social media. And the first is just to share that, our current plan is that this spring, Rinpoche will be going back to doing more live teaching in person. And so some retreats will be in person only, and most will be in person and online. And so we'll be working this hybrid model, which will be new for all of us. And there will probably be some hiccups along the way as we learn how to blend that technology of using recording cameras and microphones in a Gompa or a meditation hall and stream those to Zoom. But we're really excited to do that. And the first event I want to make sure everyone knows is going to happen is once again this year online on March 3rd through March 5th. We will be doing a series of Losar events all through those 3 days and maybe longer. We'll have a recorded message from Rinpoche. Geshe Gyatso will be guiding practice. Geshe Denma will be guiding practice. We'll be asking our umzes from around the world to guide practices in their own languages. Seringla, Kendra Seringla will be doing a commentary on Losar traditions and how to celebrate and how to prepare. And I hope we'll have some stories coming from Sangma La and the teachers at Lishu. So a lot is going to be happening. That will be on our calendar very soon. Rinpoche will be teaching in person in California on the last weekend in March. And on the first weekend in April, he'll be at Serenity Ridge in Virginia. And that will be live in person, we hope, and also online. We were planning for both. And then the next week afterwards, on April 6th, he'll be in Torreon, Mexico. And there's room for 70 people at that retreat. I don't think they have a topic yet, but that will be also a hybrid retreat of in-person and online as well. So there are lots of opportunities to start to look to be with Rinpoche live and in person, but you can also stay on Zoom. So we're expanding that this year. That's really exciting for me. The Serenity Ridge retreat, I would like to plug for just one moment, and only because it's relevant to this retreat. And that is that Rinpoche will be teaching on 4 of the 9 winds, the winds that move through the body. And at this moment in time, our understanding is that the main practice will be the Jam Lung, and Jam Lung is part of the Tumo practice and the Sol Lung Trolkor. And so this is an opportunity as we work towards our summer retreats with the Tumo for Ligmincha Poland and with Serenity Ridge later in the year to sort of continue to deepen your practice with the Tumo breathing practices. So that's retreats that I want to make sure everyone knows about. We have a new book that should be out in the middle of this next month. It will be described more fully in the Voice of Clear Light, but we have taken Rinpoche's teachings on the 7 mirrors of Dzogchen and turned it into a commentary. So we've really tried to keep it as pure as we can, exactly what he said in the retreats, but really reorganized it more around, the specific topics of those teachings. And that book will be available on Sacred Sky, our press, in probably the middle of March, middle of February, and definitely by March. We actually have proof copies coming now so we can review the book and make sure it's correct. And that I'm really excited about. That will be our first book that Ligmincha has published of Rinpoche's teachings in well over a decade. So that's exciting for us. And we are also actively having conversations with the Polish Sangha right now and with the translators to look at translating some of our existing books into Polish. So our goal this year is to start expanding our materials into other languages also. So those are things that you can look forward to coming up in 2022. And then the last thing I wanted to do before I ask Rishu to come online is to come back to something that Barbara said yesterday when she was speaking in the second practice at the end. She showed us the video of the Vilga of the center and what has happened with all the trees coming down, and she invited people to help. And so, Basia, you mentioned that there were really 2 ways that we can do that. One is we can make financial contributions to the center to help pay for the cleanup and the removal of the trees and the fixing of the roof. But the other one is to show up and help, that we need bodies. And this is something that, I hear Rinpoche in every single retreat from years now, talking about really finding opportunities to be of service. And that doesn't have to be in Ligmincha. That can be working at a food bank or working with schools. And there's so many ways that we can be of service. But if you would like to contribute into this organization, into Rinpoche's vision for us as Bund practitioners, you can get involved with your local Sangha. I'm helping organize practice sessions, helping run Zoom meetings, helping put materials together. You can get involved nationally. You can reach out to Ligmincha Poland. You can reach out to Ligmincha Mexico, to Ligmincha Costa Rica, to Serenity Ridge. You can work on that level. And there are also opportunities at Ligmincha International's level to help us with marketing, with publications, with other things. So whatever skills you might like to contribute, there are places in this community where they are needed, and those can be in your own town, in your own country, at the international level. The best thing to do is just to reach out to anybody you know in the organization. You can reach out to Barbara, you can reach out to Jacek, you can reach out to me, and we'll find a way to connect you to people who can find a way for you to integrate, your talents and your gifts into what we're doing collectively to support the Bund practices. So that's really, this organization is completely driven by volunteers. Without volunteers, without your financial generosity, without your generosity of your time and your skills, we really don't have the capacity to do very much. It's really about coming together and just finding ways to serve together. And so, Barbara, thank us again for your kind introduction. It's so great to see the Polish community and so many other people. You have 365 people here. That's fabulous. I think it's wonderful. So many translators. Thank you as always to our translators. And I think there are opportunities to continue these practices with Rishu in practice groups. And so Rishu is going to just take a minute or two to tell you about how you can continue to work on the two more practices in a collective setting in different languages. And so Rishu, if I will put myself on mute if you want to come forward. Thank you, everyone. And again, Rinpoche, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. I want to share the story about our practices according to Tenzin Rinpoche advice. After Tumo retreat in August, we start the Zoom group practitioners Tumo, and we start this project for all people in our time zone, and it was people from Europe generally, and it was 50 people, and every week we been practicing Tumo. And one time Andrea from Lignincha, Brazil asked me to do this practice also for Brazilian Sangha. It is different time zone, and it was challenge for me, and I started this practice too. And we have also two groups, one for South America and America people in one time zone, and in different time for Europe. I will show you on screen this schedule. And quartet past 8 every Wednesday p.m. Central Europe time, and every Wednesday also 7 past p.m. UTC 3 Brazilian time. And this is the meeting number 451281723, and everyone are welcome to our practice. This is open project, of course, for all people who attend and participate with Tumo retreat with Rinpoche. Thank you very much for attention. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Riku. So we will continue with the Aum Hum, sing the Aum Hum as a form of Guru Yoga, receiving the blessing. Then I will guide into the 3 breathing exercises. as a foundation of three Tongra. Feel the transformation into Tuje Kuntu. Feel that newly gained or realized body, Tuje Kuntu. So your body is no longer the pain body, but the body of bliss. You have no longer ordinary sense of organs, but these energy centers with the fully activated uh, channels and winds and awarenesses. You have a central channel in which the hum and the fine flame burning in the central channel, awakening of subtlers wind and subtlers awareness in this new body, in this new field of energy. As we have done practice for a moment, just bring these three levels of body, energy, and awareness into alive for a moment. At least the sense of let go of your pain body, conflicted, blockage energies, your doubt and ignorance, let go of them. Allow the new body, energy, and awareness to merge. So, in this new body, new field of energy, awakened energy, and this new awakening of awareness, just imagine all the channels, three channels, presence of three channels, and gradually imagine white R and red Ma on top of each other in front of the right nostril, about 16 inches out, as in description. In front of the right nostril, out, imagine and feel. Gradually, you press your left nostril gently as you breathe out, breathe in from the right, as if breathe in Ma as Ah is chasing the Ma. So breathe in Ma in first, and then Ah comes follows. Goes all the way down as you breathe in, comes out from the right nostril, and then gently press left nostril and breathe out from the right, and imagine and feel these all the blockages, the subtlest blockages in this new body field of energy consciousness. It's clearing. Just let's repeat this few times. And in front of the right nostril, white R, red Ma, sitting. As you press your left nostril, breathe in gently and deep as I is chasing Ma or following Ma. You breathe in Ma first, and just as a syllable, red Ma, white Ah, like it's a more gross aspect of the energy in the wind. It's clearing the right channel, it's clearing the left channel. So as this goes down, press right, and then breathe out from the left, and then it's clearing the left channel. So it's clearing right and clearing left channel with the gross energy of sacred syllables. Continue, repeat this a few times just to get familiar with one cycle of the breath. Just imagine and feel these two side channels are more open. Now imagine the second cycle of the breath. Imagine Ma, Ah, white Ah, red Ma in front of the left nostril. And gently press right nostril. Breathe in from left as Ma is chasing Ah. So breathe in Ah first and then Ma. And as it goes all the way down, clearing the left channel at the junction, keep breathing in. It goes up through the central channel, comes out from the crown for a moment and comes down. And then you gently press left nostril and breathe out from the right. So this cycle of breath is clearing all three channels, particularly the central channel. Repeat continuously. Let's continue, repeat few more times. Imagine white ah, red ma in front of the left nostril and pressing gently right nostril, breathing in from left as ah is chest by ma, so breathe in ah, ma and ma from the left, coming down, clearing the left channel, going up, clearing the central channel, going all the way up, comes out, slide a little bit out, then coming down, and then you press the left nostril, breathe out from the right, and clearing the right nostril, right channel. So repeat few more times, and then just put your hand down to equalize position. Rest in a deep sense of there is much more subtler than before openness in the channels. There is much more presence of subtler awareness than before in these three channels, particularly in the central. And rest there for a moment. The intermediate clearing of the three channels with thick lace. So once again, imagine be in the new body, new field of energy, new awareness, and 3 channels in this new body, and in front of the 2 nostrils, imagine white and red tigle. White tigle in front of the right nostril, red tigle in front of the left nostril, about distance of 16 inches, about 16 fingers. See them, this sphere of light, energy of light, ball of light. And gradually, slowly, gradually breathe deep in, and these lights enter through the 2 nostrils. Right tickler from right, left red tickler from left, goes down, and again as it moves through the channels, it's clearing much more deeper kind of obscuration, subtler kind of obscuration, clearing down. And imagine they arrive at the junction, and these 2 tickle at the junction unifies and become 1 tickle, colorful 1 tickle, which is mix of white and red, pinkish. And hold for your breath. As you gently hold, the single tickler moves up through the central channel, is clearing all the subtle obscurations, and coming out on the top, out. When it comes out, it becomes 2 different ticklers, like before, and comes back to the original position as you breathe out. And just feel that clearing, opening, and ticklers are back into the original position in front of the 2 nostrils. Then breathe in again. Repeat the same. Continue at least 7 or maybe more, 21 times. Just let's breathe as many times as possible. Take your time. If the instruction is not clear, you're welcome to read your material that you have already with you. White and red tickler in front of the 2 nostrils. Breathe in, clearing 2 side channels, going down, reuniting at the junction, becoming a 1. Hold for a moment. Moving up through the central channel, comes up through the central channel as you exhale. Back to the same position. Repeat continuously. The last and the subtlest breathing to clearing this deepest and subtler aspect of blockages in the channels, the breathing the light. Imagine like a rainbow, 5 rainbow lights or clouds of 5 colored light or rainbow light in front of your nostril, representing 5 wisdom, this 5 pure light representing 5 wisdom. So you're breathing in 5 wisdom or connecting with the wind of the 5 wisdom as it gets subtler and subtler. Just breathe in from both nostrils and it goes down at the junction and then they become one, like a sphere of light, a small egg, a rainbow tigle representing the five wisdom. As you begin to exhale, it shoots up through this central channel and comes out in the crown and shoots up through the crown and dissolves these five wisdom lights, the subtler five wisdom lights, as a form of tigle, dissolves into the sky like a rainbow dissolving into the sky. And feel that union of the space and light. And repeat this breathing 7 to 21 times. 7, 14, 21 times. Continue. Continue this last breathing, and if you feel you're familiar enough, then repeat from the first cycle of the breath, then the second cycle of the breath, then the third cycle of the breath, and you can emphasize more on which you feel more comfortable, familiar, but with the idea of our channels, our purest body, purest field of energy, purest consciousness, and this pure body, energy, and mind, the subtler channels are getting more cleared, more opening with these three unblocking practices. So practice that as we listen to the Zalung Songde prayer. Imagine we are continuously rain with the blessings of the older lineage in this practice, in this sacred practice. Thank you. So I hope we have now new body, new field of energy, new awareness. In case these new body energy and awareness gets blocked, we know 3 different ways to clear them up, open them up, and of course these practices are so much in them. There's so much to learn, so much to know, so much to practice. But in very short weekends like this, just impossible. But that does not mean in the future we cannot explore more, continues more, as we have all this technology to support Sangha, to support each other. We have teachers to support each other. So we definitely continue this continuous cycle of the Tummo teaching in Poland next year. And as you can, many of you have already seen this beautiful video, rock music, and definitely welcome and to energize with Tummo and rock next summer or this summer in Poland. And also Rishu is supporting the practice, so there's an ongoing practice. If I know we did not have much of time um, to share and ask questions and things like that, but if you're joining with the practice with Rishu and you can trying to ask Rishu question, or if there's a question that cannot be resolved, then Gisela is available. Gisela and Rishu, they're always connected. I'm here also, so we can all support that, clarify if something needed to be clarified. But something that you have taught, you have practiced, not randomly just coming up in like one of the 84,000 thought questions. Not those kind of questions, but the questions that means important. You have been practicing, you have thought about it a lot, and you still could not figure it out. It's really important for you to figure it out. We are here to help those questions answered, and through Rishu, through Gisela, and just it comes in my mind. Maybe some point it would be nice to maybe Gisela can lead a practice retreat of Tummo, those who have received the teaching, a longer retreat, like I don't know, maybe 21 days, 100 days, I don't know, a longer retreat in Chamaling in Poland for Europeans, and then in Serenity Ridge here in America for all the so to have 2 places to do. And I can imagine Brazilian people are thinking, what about in Brazil? I know that. They're already immediately cling. America is too far and so on. Yeah, so of course it can be happen different places, right? So there's always infinite possibilities. But at least start with some option, immediate option, close one, something that we can do. I think would be wonderful to do that. Okay? So it has been great pleasure and wonderful to be with all of you. Support all of you, and continuously we will be supporting. And this on next 27th, I think next week, we have a problem of identity from Buddhist and psychoanalyst perspective. You are welcome to join Facebook Live there. And also, as many of you know, the Cyber Sangha, my Facebook, has been one of the ways to always trying to, on personal level, to catch up with everybody, and to just whatever is going on in my life, trying to thoughts, feelings, sharings, like parenting. I don't claim to be an expert in parenting. I am who pays a lot of attention to the parenting and invests so much time, energy to that growth of the child, and so sharing those things. And also, we definitely hope to have a lot of accessible materials, practices for Cyber Sangha audience, which means people from all kind of background, not necessarily burn practitioner. The Lingmicha International here is there to really preserve our rich tradition and value every little piece of artwork, ritual, music, to respect and to preserve that. We, Lingmicha International, trying to do that best. We're trying to do that. But as a kind of little bit more open approach of Cyber Sangha, is not necessarily only preserving tradition, but also secular, giving us secular access to whatever ways and forms you wanted to hear it, whatever ways and forms that you feel is supporting you. We are trying to open our heart, trying to give that access, and you don't have to spend a dollar. You don't have to attend one single retreat, but you can still have access to this knowledge, and you still get support. And that kind of a community that Cyber Sangha are trying to create. And of course, when we're trying to create something like that on a bigger scale, we need a lot of help. And we need people who can do, I mean, for example, we have, I was just leaving a message to a student of mine in Mexico, help me to have all the Facebook materials on our YouTube. We don't have somebody able to do that, or at least, or maybe we did not able to reach out and find someone who can help us to bring everything on the Facebook onto Cyber Sangha YouTube channel, things like that. There are only limited things what we can do, and everybody's volunteering. Everybody's supporting with volunteering. So when people are volunteering, it's not that everybody have so much time, because everybody's spending a lot of extra time. So we need a lot of help. In the cybersangha.net, there is a whole what's kind of support that we need. And you are welcome to cybersangha.net to visit those website and see what we need. And if you are able to provide some of those needs, you don't have to travel anywhere, go anywhere, but the team will reach to you, and you can help from your home some things that we need. So we are also seeking help like that. Okay, so thank you very much. And I will turn to Barbara. She wanted to closing and also thank people who helped to create this wonderful weekend. Thank you, Barbara. It's yours.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. First of all, Rinpoche, thank you. You are never tired of teaching us constantly, again and again and again. During all these years, you are taking care of us in our spiritual path. So for that, we can never thank you enough. Thank you, Geshe-la, for your support, for your practices. And we miss you in Poland, so please come back to us. Thank you for fantastic translators. Thank you for the host and co-host. And thank you to all of you, because without you, it wouldn't take place. Thank you for your participation, your energy, your presence. We are not only changing ourselves, but also the world around us. So we are all doing a great job. And remember, we are still connected, and see you next time, online or on site. And please come all to Chamaling, Poland. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everybody. You can unmute and you can scream, say hi, bye, everything. You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank
Au
you.
revoir.
Thank you very
Bye
much.
bye.